Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to show you how to use an audio interface through Zoom. That way you can play things like electric guitar. And this is a MIDI keyboard. This is the Alesis V49. MIDI is USB powered, so you can actually use this for piano playing, lessons, whatever you do. You can use it without um, the interface, but you still need something like Logic or GarageBand, Ableton, one of those to actually run it as a MIDI keyboard through Zoom. You can't just plug it in and play. So let's go through the setup. I'm actually filming this on Zoom right now. So sorry if the quality of the video is not the best. I just wanted to actually do it through screen share so you can see the whole process of what I'm doing. It's actually very simple and quick. So without further ado, here is the simple setup. So just so you know, I am using Logic, but it's basically the same steps. I am doing this on a Mac, so I'm sorry, Windows users, but it really should work the same way. It's just possible that the only difference might be that you may need to download a driver, like an audio driver for this. I'm not exactly sure which one it is though. So hopefully it works without the drivers, but I'm not entirely positive because I'm a Mac user. So here we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to open a new session, right? Or a session that you have already. So I'm going to open one here. All right. So I'm in a session right now. Right. And then I'm going to go to Logic at the top. It's next to the Apple button. Hopefully you see that menu. Then you're going to go to your preferences. You're going to find your audio preferences. Now, like I said, mine's set up, but I'll show you what to press anyway. So audio. And then if you accidentally somehow went to one of these, just look for audio at the top. And really important, if you're trying to get your audio through Zoom, you want to make sure that your output is set to Zoom. So if you have your interface plugged in, usually a window pops up when you first plug it in that's like, do you want to use this? And you'll click use, and then it will default both your input and your output to your interface. But what you want to do is actually set your output to Zoom and your input to your interface, because that's where the audio is going to run through. If you happen to be using just the MIDI keyboard and you don't care about your interface, but you want to run it through Zoom, then what you'll do is you'll go to the same spot, you'll click input device, and you can just do system setting. And then, or if you're using something like Soundtrap, you'll find the keyboard and then do that as your input. And then your output Zoom, and you should be all set. You'll click apply changes once you do that. It'll take like 5-10 seconds to set up. So these are all my MIDI sounds, and they should be able to work. Okay, got some strings, which is really great about the MIDI keyboard. And what you're hearing now is what it sounds like through Zoom. Just like I said, I'm doing this video through Zoom, do a little bass lines. All right. Really important thing to know. If you are a singer-songwriter, or you're just performing like guitar and singing, it's really important to know that the sound for your voice, for the mic, if you're just using Zoom and you don't have like a USB mic or something like that, there's going to be a little bit of delay. I mean, when you think about it, that makes sense because you're using two different programs for your sounds. You're doing your guitar through, or your piano through Logic or GarageBand, and your voice. So the fix for that, there is a quick fix. you can, if you have a USB mic, or even as your computer mic, actually, this should work. I haven't really done this as a computer mic. I like using a USB mic. I used an AKG Lyra. Just set a track. And like I said, you can do this if you don't have another mic. You should be able to do this with the built-in mic. You'll start a new track and then run your audio for your voice through that, through your program, and not through Zoom. So if you're going to do that, you should mute your mic on Zoom, and they'll still hear you, which is really cool. So like, I'm going to mute myself on Zoom, but you'll still hear the piano. Pretty cool, right? Okay, anyway, so that's that. Oh, one other thing um, is on your guitar track or bass or whatever you're playing, make sure input monitoring is on. It might look like it's working if input monitoring is not on. If you record enable, either way, you always need the R clicked on the track that you're using. Like if I click the piano right now, oh, luckily it heard it, but it usually doesn't automatically work. So make sure it's input monitoring is on, because if just the R is enabled but not input monitoring, if I'm playing, it shows that the level is there, but you're not actually hearing it, right? You need input monitoring on, and then you'll hear it out of Zoom. Okay, that's that. Have fun with it. Comment if you have any questions.